For the past 7 years, I've been hearing from women, how can I be more feminine? And there is an underlying hook in that question, meaning if I will be more feminine, then I'm going to get more love, more relationship, my life magically turn. So, a reminder that feminine energy is not about doing, feminine energy is about being. And I'm covered in sunbeam light. Um, and feminine energy is your superpower. As a modern woman, you cannot be in your feminine all the time because you have responsibilities, you have tasks to achieve. As a mom, obviously, you putting your energy and attention out to take care in a relationship. There are different dynamics and different responsibilities where you need to step up and you need to get things done and you need to be more contained. But when we talk about intimate connection, when we talk about having a harmony in a relationship, when we talk about this juicy, incredible polarity, this is what you can consciously choose to cultivate. So, how do you shift in your feminine? Well, first and foremost, feminine is softness. What is softness? Well, number one, as you saw, is dropping your shoulders. Right? From this position into this. So, that's the simplest thing that you can do with your body. What else is softness? Softness is dropping attachment. Softness doesn't have agenda. Softness is water. And number three, softness is acceptance, which means you need to drop your righteousness. And that's a tough one to do because number one, we conditioned to judge men. Whether we have a fat case of what is wrong with him or what is wrong with man, whether we simply unconscious and we observed whatever it is that we saw on TV, in movies, in a social narrative. And let's be honest, watching a lot of shows and movies, men portrayed not in the greatest light. They are not very appealing in terms of relationship. They are more passive. They are more avoidant, more sloppy, stupid, mm, cheaters, right? And nobody ever looks into a reason why. It's just bad. So there's a lot of very one-sided way of how men are portrayed. So of course there is righteousness in us as women of like, yeah, he's wrong. I'm right. But that's not softness, and that's not going to put you into your feminine. That's going to put you into your survival, into your ego, into reenacting any kind of sort of a trauma you might had um, growing up or from your past relationship. And it is incredibly important in a relationship for both partners, but especially for women, to treat their partners with this softness, where you are less opinionated. And I know it might be very hard for some people to hear because, again, we have this idea that if I'm opinionated, I'm strong, I'm me, I am this unattainable creature, which is all beautiful. However, If you opinionated, then you're bringing energy of confrontation. And it can be fun in a small doses, but your relationship cannot turn into 24/7 battlefield where you have a different opinion. Because different opinions not going to help you create harmony. Right? You don't want to live in a courtroom all the time because then neither of you can be in a polarity because you way too preoccupied fighting for your existence, your authenticity, your voice. And everything that I shared so far, right? If we zoom out, it's wisdom, right? It's a feminine wisdom to measure cost and effect and to choose. Is this a time to be opinionated? Is this a time for me to shift into my masculine? Is this a time for me to set boundaries? Is this a time for me to notice, oops, I'm in my trauma. I'm in my survival. I'm not present. Feminine is responsible for the health of the relationship. And it's very hard to swallow. And I want to tell you that I'm saying this to myself as well. That if your relationship is turbulent all the time, 50% of it, at a very least, if not more, is your responsibility. And if you cannot accept the person you're with, if their character traits, if their behaviors, if their choices, if how they do things is a deal breaker for you, then drop it. We're not in a relationship to change one another. We're in a relationship either to accept one another or give a reflection. But reflection can be received only if the person open to receiving a reflection. So your feminine wisdom, your feminine softness, your feminine acceptance is your superpower in a relationship. Those three things will create safety for the man to feel home next to you and to eventually open up to you. And if he is a severe case of avoidant or clinical narcissist, and I'm saying clinical, not because he pissed you off, then there's nothing you can do. And this is where, again, your feminine wisdom and acceptance comes in. And you lean in and face the grief and face the heartache and accept it. And you release, first and foremost, yourself from this explosive turmoil. And you choose yourself. Because feminine is responsible for her state. You can join my ongoing voice group. It's a women's group to practice being in your feminine. You can work with me one-on-one. You can go and explore all the other options in the world. But know that feminine state in a modern world for a modern woman, it's a mastery. It's something that deeply need your devotion, your attention, and your time.